Coming up on Mountain News at 6, a teacher is arrested on sexual abuse charges, what we know about the allegations. Plus, a professional rapper was arrested in southern Kentucky after police say he was dancing on an interstate barrier. We'll have the 911 calls and his response.
Dedicated to eastern and southern Kentucky, this is WYMT Mountain News at 6.
A Madison County teacher has been arrested on sexual abuse charges following an investigation. The sheriff's office says the alleged abuse happened at a school several years ago. The teacher, Charles Hamilton, was arrested yesterday. Carly Hoxton shows us how Prevent Child Abuse Kentucky is reacting to the arrest.
Madison County Sheriff Office tells us the alleged abuse happened during the 2018 to 2019 school year when the victim was 10 years old. Investigators say the victim is now 17 and recently told a therapist about what happened. Jana Estep Jordan with Prevent Child Abuse Kentucky says 50% of the time in child abuse cases, the perpetrator is in a position of power. In Charles Hamilton's criminal complaint warrant, it says the alleged abuse occurred in a bathroom during a power outage at the school. The student was only in 5th grade.
That could be a family friend, it could be a neighbor, or it could be that educator.
Madison County school leaders say Hamilton taught at Boonesboro Elementary School, but also coached girls soccer at Cottle Middle. Sheriff's deputies say after the department investigated, he was charged with first-degree sexual abuse. Jordan says it's important to teach your children that even people who are in power shouldn't cross boundaries.
They need to have the conversation with them about body safety, what are appropriate relationships.
She says without education like this, most kids automatically think that school is a safe place. So if or when abuse happens, they don't know how to speak up.
40 to 60% of our kids will not disclose if child sexual abuse has occurred. They might be afraid that somebody might not believe them, especially if it's, a member of the community.
Carly Hoxton, WKYT.
Madison County Schools tell us Hamilton has been placed on administrative leave since September 8th, the day they got notice of the investigation. He's being held in the Madison County Detention Center without bond and will be in court on Monday. If you live in Perry County, take a look at this. These are all property tax bills that were returned to the post office due to address issues. If you have not yet received your bill, you should give the Sheriff's Office a call at 606-439-4523 and press 2. They will get you taken care of from there. You can also look up your bill online at perrysheriff.org.
We have plenty of sunshine again throughout eastern Kentucky. This is a scene earlier from Buffalo Mountain. Look at this. Wall-to-wall sunshine was the name of the game. Not a cloud in the sky, making for a beautiful Tuesday throughout the area. Numbers for today made it into the upper 60s and low 70s. Somerset made it to 75, Williamsburg 72, 64 Wise, 62 in Clintwood, as well as Pikeville. As we go throughout the next several hours, going into the first part of your Wednesday morning, we'll see temperatures in the upper 40s, low 50s, by 7 a.m. We'll go to the low 70s by the 4 o'clock hour with plenty of sunshine, clear skies by 7 p.m. with temperatures in the mid 60s. Hope you enjoy this night's weather because there is a change coming up somewhere in the 7-day forecast. And we'll talk about that in the first alert forecast coming up in a few minutes. Steve.
All right, Eric, thank you. We are learning more about an incident tonight along Interstate 75 in southern Kentucky when a professional rapper was arrested. Armani White, who also goes by Enoch Tolbert, was arrested Sunday evening in London. Police say he ran across the interstate and was dancing on the concrete barrier. We were able to obtain the 911 calls, which detail the confusing scenario being played out. WYMT's Phil Pendleton has more.
Confusion met some drivers on Interstate 75 near exit 41 about 6 o'clock Sunday evening.
And there was a van parked and like a couple individuals that were like running back and forth in the traffic. There's a van that's on the side of the road and some people that was in the middle of the interstate. One guy was chasing a truck.
When police arrived, they say Enoch Tolbert, who goes by the rapper Armani White, was dancing on a concrete barrier wall. Later, he said he was filming a music video.
You're not supposed to be just walking on the interstate or crossing the lanes of travel.
TV shows, movies, even some music videos have been filmed across various places in Kentucky, even on roadways. But there is a process to follow to make sure laws are not broken and safety is not compromised. But police say in this case, that was not done.
I just didn't know if they were like having a psychiatric crisis, so I just don't want anybody to get hit.
Police say there's avenues to take if you want to shoot a music video.
We're not against anybody trying to exercise those rights to be able to do so. We just ask that you do them the right way and the safe way. You know, our biggest concern was safety.
White responded on Instagram by saying that he smiled in the mugshot because he refuses to let anyone paint him as a criminal, and he says it should not have made the news, and that his new album is still coming out later this month. In Laurel County, Phil Pendleton, WYMT Mountain News.
Tolbert has been released from jail, and we are told he was supposed to call and schedule a court date. 2 people are facing drug charges after a traffic stop in London. Police say they pulled over a vehicle on October 6th for a registration violation. A K-9 unit alerted to narcotics, and officers found a baggie of suspected meth in the center console. 33-year-old Brandon Lawrence and 32-year-old Katie Royce, both of Manchester, were arrested and taken to the Laurel County Detention Center. They are each charged with possession of meth and drug paraphernalia. Nearly 10 years after 6-year-old Logan Tipton was stabbed to death in his Versailles home, the case is getting new attention. The man convicted of assaulting Tipton's family members, Ronald Exantis, was recently released on supervision in Florida a decade early. Now the family, who later bought the home, wants to turn the property into a memorial.
We started to kind of notice that neighbors would walk by and talk about the home, and people were kind of driving by slow, and that sort of tipped us off.
David Mao says his family did not know about the murder when they moved in. They hope to demolish the house and create something like a public playground in Logan's memory.
Temperatures today made it into the upper 60s and low 70s, but rain and storm chances are in the forecast. Details in the First Alert forecast coming up in a few minutes.
And we remember Gurney Norman, a beloved writer and mentor who gave a voice to mountain people.